Okay. What we do here is go back.
Seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Heyo! Welcome, everybody. It's Monday. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. For those of us in the States, it could very well have been a long weekend for you. Today could have been your day off. It wasn't my day off, but some people had the day off. Anyway, welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I'm your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. What's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. So, as you can probably tell, no branded shirt today. Haha, rocking the hat though. Mecha Army. Ha! Boom, you know what it's about. Anyway, wanted to give a real quick, a big shout out to the fine folks watching, that may be watching on Twitter. Yes. Ran a little test last night on the good old Twitter, and it works through Restream. How about that? Through Periscope. Go figure. So shout out to everybody watching or will be watching on Twitter. That's pretty cool, right? Awesome stuff. Ricky Paul Carlson looks like it's his birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, buddy. Donnie Baxter, he's over there on the good old Facebook. So is Shelly. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Colin Barr says, Twitter. Ew. No, Twitter's cool, man. Especially like Japanese Twitter. Fire. Like, that's the thing. Like, the Japanese modelers, they don't post in most places other than Twitter, right? So, like, if you see, like, my whole feed, it's nothing but Japanese modelers from Japan. It's crazy good. So I highly recommend Twitter for that, right? Not much else, but that is great. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter. It's just not my preferred platform. Just one of those things, you know, just personal preference. I personally like Instagram probably the most at this point, followed by YouTube and good old Facebook. You know, Facebook groups are great. Might I add, the Mecha Army Facebook group is great. So shout out to everybody watching from the Army. How are you? Anywho, yeah, Kurt Hill says, that's all I have a Twitter account for as well. Yeah, dude, I mean, that's, like, I follow the greats on Twitter. You know, like, Naoki and my personal, like, one-man inspiration machine, Motu Asumi. He just got on there. So I follow those guys. I follow Kaida on there. I follow Takeshi Sagawa, who I met at Otaku ME. So shout out to Takeshi. I follow a bunch of people on there, man. And it's really, really good for, you know, viewing the Japanese modelers' accounts and stuff like that, man. It's great. Yeah. But don't diverge from that, because then it gets weird. Sometimes the Japanese get weird, but we won't speak on that. Anyway, so yeah, so shout out to all the Twitter people. Hi there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you for viewing and being a follower on Twitter. How about that? So if you don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me. Chances are you don't, because I only have like 600 followers on Twitter. It's like nothing. So go give it a bang. It'll be worth it. It's Twitter, guys. Go. Anyway, so if you want one of these cool, look at this. Look. Represent. That's what we do. Represent. If you want one of these cool ass Mecha Army hats, these are available in black, this awesome gray color, but then also in camo. Yeah, camo. If you want one of these cool ass Mecha Army hats, hit up www.chowdermecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. There will be a link there for shirts and hats and all sorts of other cool stuff. And if you're interested in any of the tools and materials that we are about to work with here tonight, I highly suggest you hit up the Amazon link below here on the good old YouTube and the Twitch. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, there's no room for descriptions, so hit up one of the other ones and you'll find it. Trust me. Cool. And as always, if you are in need of kits or paints, or most importantly, at least for me anyways, Mecha Decals. Sheet 2 is on pre-order. Sheet 1 is, I believe, on sale right now. All of them for like $5.99. You can't beat that. You can't beat that with a stick. Go get them at my boys' store right down here, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine folks down there will definitely have what you need. Right? So, business is finito. Done. Why did it... Damn camera. Anyway, it's warm down here, so I am going to remove this amazing Mecha Army hat, and I am going to place it gently, I might add, right over there. There we go. Nice. Now, let's see who's out there. Fudabeowi says, Twitter, the place where I am confused by some of the follows I have. I mean, that could be any place, honestly, right? Anyway. Greg Blair says, there is a guy I am following now that Zach told me about that's doing a Rigelgu, and it's amazing. Yeah, dude, like, you can find so much cool stuff on... Watch your language, Harkins. You can find so much cool stuff on Twitter, man. Like, Japanese Twitter is just off the hook. There's a guy building a 135th Gyaradoga. Like scratch building a 135th Gyaradoga, and it looks insanely good. There's one guy that's building a 1/100th, what is it, Alpha Azeriu or whatever it is. I forget. I don't know how to pronounce the damn thing. Again, just stupid crazy. The guy that built this right here, he's on Twitter, you guys. And the whole thing here, this amazing build, this Yakdoga, is on Twitter. Like, all the photos and everything on Twitter. Japanese Twitter. Go check it out. It's amazing. I'm telling you, if for nothing else, just hit up Japanese Twitter. That's all you got. That's all your feed's got to be, man. That's all your feed's got to be. It's pretty much all what my feed is. Crazy. And there's some really good, mecha artists on Twitter too. Like, I follow, like this one. Y'all remember that, right? The artwork that I was going to use for the Gelgoog, right? The person that made that, I now follow on Twitter. Amazing stuff. I'm telling you. Don't sleep on Japanese Twitter. I'm giving you fair warning. Don't sleep on Japanese Twitter. It's amazing. It's good stuff. So, have at it, ye of little faith. Persistent Turtle. Tim knows all about the Twitters. I know very little about the Twitters, dude. Very, very little. I just know about the Japanese Twitter. That's what I know. So, yeah. But yeah, dude. Okay, so real quick, Ultraman Dyna Luis posted this awesome post on Instagram. Let me see if I can find it. Like, this is really cool, and it's giving me ideas now. Quite frankly, it's giving me ideas. All right, so here we go. Let's go camera 2, and I'll show you this. What he posted. Right? Check. Okay, so let's get this lined up. Let's go camera 2. Here we go. Boom. Okay, so obviously we don't have the zoom that we used to because this is a different lens, right? But still, look what he did. So he took an Olfa hobby knife, right? One of these little guys, right? And he popped a tube, a plastic tube on there, and then he painted it camo style. Like, how cool is that? Look at that. And look, he put a little Kotobukiya deal on there. One of those little things. Come on, man. Dude, that's awesome. And look, it's the same knife. It's the same one I got. So many ideas right now. Yeah. Dude, that is awesome. I'm telling you. That is so great. Alright, but here. This is the man to follow right here. Let's get you super zoomed in, and then we'll get Ultraman. We'll get Louis some lovin'. Cause look at this. Look at this travesty. Look at this. 114 followers. Now, Luis, man, I'm telling you, bro, you got to do something. Gotta do something about that handle. Holy shit, dude. Like, that username is tough. That username is tough to try and type in and get right. Whoop. There we go. But I'll leave this up here for a few seconds so y'all can go follow Luis. God, I'm telling you, dude. You gotta do something about that name, bro. I mean, I totally get it, but whoo, yeah. Brian says, Bro Builder says, that is rough. Yeah. Yo, and exactly, Chris Pabs. He's like, and you thought Red Suns, Red R3D5, yeah, whatever Chris's for. Oh, what happened there? Oh, Donnie. Anyway, yeah, Chris Pabs, we peer pressured him into changing his username. So, hey, it's one of those things. It's for the peoples, so they can find you better. Look, what is this messenger? Come on. Oh, that was from Adam. All right, Adam, if you're watching, I'll get to that later. Trust me. Cool, but yeah, dude, go follow Ultraman Dyna. Tika Gaia. Yeah, whatever that is. Bro, you gotta help us out with that username. I'm telling you right now, you gotta help us out. Anyway, go follow him. Cool dude, good builder, and he's in a build off with Chris R. And hopefully those guys will finish at some point their custom DOMs. Yeah. Let's see here. We were at 114, right? Let's refresh this. Oh, look at that! 5 more, just in a split little time there. Hell yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Good job, Mecha Army. There you go. Anyway, those are Ultramen, Tim. Yeah, I totally get that, but for the sake of people finding you, make it easy on them. You know what I mean? Like Chris Pabs is super easy to find, right? Chow to Mecha, super easy to find. USA Gundam Store, super easy to find. I'm just trying to help y'all out. Simplify it down so that people can find you. Help me help you. Right? Anyway, it's good stuff. Luis, that was freaking awesome. The custom handle and everything. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of dead ass thinking about doing one on my side, because that was really freaking cool. I ain't gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Persistent Turtle. Tim, you mentioned lens zoom ability. Have you tried out extension tubes? Gives a normal lens macro. Yes! Yeah, and I actually have macro tubes and stuff like that. But what I did was I had the 24 to 105 on here, which gave it a little bit more reach down to the desk, but then I swapped it for an old kit lens, which is only 18 to 55. So it gets a little bit better wide, which is cool, but it doesn't get the reach nearly as much as the 105 did, but mainly because I use that for production. I travel with that lens all the time. It's an L series lens, so it's heavy as shit, and it's very expensive, and all that. Anyway, so this lens it does the trick, but getting in like super close to, view a phone screen, it's a little problematic, but it's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Anywho, Chris Pab says we should throw suggestions out there throughout the night. What for Luis? He says, okay, I will work on it this week, I promise. Good. Hisaki art, red buns. Nice. Yeah, good stuff. Dean! Oh my god, look at that. Dean's here. Dean's here, everybody. What's up, Dean? Long time no see, buddy. Good stuff. Good stuff. Chris Ulechki is over there. What's going on, Chris? So many Chris's, my uniqueness is fading. No, right? Puman Adam is over there on Facebook. What's going on? And a bunch of folks over there. Cool deal. Oh, followed. Cool. Nice. Luis, hopefully we can get you a bunch of followers here out of this, right? So we'll see. Brandon says, parts count coming back tonight. Yeah. Whew, hope not. Anyway. Man, what a wild weekend, you guys, right? I am kind of battling a little bit of a cold. So if you hear me coughing, clearing my throat, that's why. I'm not like dead on sick or anything like that. It's trying to get its hooks into me, but I'm fighting it tooth and nail, right? So popping Advil, cold and sinus, popping Mucinex DM to stop the drip and everything, staying hydrated. Yeah. So, that's where we are. And like Saturday I slept, God, like half of the day. We had to go and have dinner with some family, and then I slept like the rest of the day. You know, it was bad. It was bad. And then I slept most of the night. And then I was up pretty much all day yesterday, so I'm okay. It's just like right now, but anyway. Brian says, "Oh shit, Tim has corona." Yeah, no, unfortunately, no. If I did, I wouldn't have to go anywhere this week. Speaking of which, that's a good segue into talking about, let's go back to camera one. Let's talk about scheduling this week, you guys, because I know I had mentioned on past streams that the next couple months is going to be pretty crazy for me, and it's now starting that up. So this week will not be a Wednesday stream. Next week will also not be a Wednesday stream. So we'll only have Monday and Friday this week and next week. And probably the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. Just saying. Because I'm traveling a lot the beginning of this year. Like a lot. It's just, one of those things. You got to do it. It's for work. So basically 2 streams per week from here on out for the next probably month, maybe even 2. So FYI, right? But we're gonna try to power through. So it's gonna be pretty hectic. Probably Manny McDeo says so. Rest of February and all of March. Yeah, and probably most of April too. Unfortunately, it's just it's one of those things, right? Ultraman Dyna says, how the heck do I change my handle? I think it's in the settings, dude. Yeah, Futube always says settings, I think, if I remember right. Yeah. I've never done it. I've never had to do it, so I don't exactly know. I know Chris Pabs knows how to do it. Boom. Anyway, let's get you caught up, shall we? Let's go camera 2. There we go. So, one decision that I've made over the weekend is this right here. Now, last weekend I was very gung-ho on swapping the Jesta's arms with the nicely angled and proportioned and beautifully designed Sinanju arms with this now custom angular upper arm. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I've scrapped this idea. I have abandoned this. Mainly because of 2 reasons. Number 1, proportions. This arm is way longer than the Jesta arm, right? And if we were to pop this little piece in here, the little receiver for the Jesta, that it would be even longer. It would be even 2 millimeters longer than it is now, right? So that's one of the reasons, but it's not the biggest reason. The biggest reason is due to the fact that once the shoulder is nested inside of the shoulder armor, right? Once we get this in here, it's kind of a tight fit, right? And once the shoulder is down, hey now, WAO ship. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Hey. And, might I add, welcome to the Mecha Army. Get you one of those. Yeah. So, this is the biggest reason. And there's no simple way to really overcome this. Is that when this, and probably shouldn't have nestled that in there, but when this is in there, this no longer has the ability to turn completely. It gets caught up in the shoulder. And I want to use these shoulders. So, the Sinanju arms, these are scrapped for another project. We'll save those. But those are off the board at this point. So we're going back to, the Justa arms, which are perfectly fine, and I'm 100% happy with that, right? Excuse me. Now, what I think I will do, though, is change up some things on the Justa's arms. Now, I do like the cradle here for the beam saber. I think we're going to keep that. So I think this one, I think this arm, for the most part, is probably going to remain unchanged. I may shorten this protrusion out here a little bit. I may cut this off and just leave something, maybe not hinged, because this comes up even without this part hinging back, right? So that part can hinge back, and then this part can still nestle in there, and it's perfectly fine, right? Excuse me. Oh, did Luis change it? Oh, let's see. What did he change it to? Okay, so he changed it to Dyna Tigagaya. Shorter. There's a lot of A's in there. There's a lot of A's. But look at that, 122. Hey, word. Anyway, I think it's a step in the right direction, Luis. Let's put it that way. I think it's a step in the right direction. But there's a whole lot of vowels in that. So, like I said, you want to make it easier for people to find you. Simplify. Luis says, hey, it's shorter. Right? All the cool names that I want are taken. Oh, man, I got you. Work in progress. Let's say that, right? Yeah, there we go. Ah, man. Okay. So, let's see. Superset 5 is over there on Twitch, Twitch, and he's got a question. Have you thought about using the RX Verka arms? No. Reason being is because they're bad. Very bad. If you have ever built the GMC or the space type or the Verka, you know that shoulder or that elbow joint in that is pretty atrocious. The whole jointing system is just garbage. Seams right in the middle of the the arm and everything. Like it's pretty bad. Like abysmally bad. I'm telling you. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay, so, and this is you gotta remember, this is the first Verka. So this model is nowhere near the standard of your modern Verka, right? Basically, this was more of a branding type of gimmick. because they took the GMC, they slapped an RX-78 head on it, and changed up a few other things, and they called it, the VRKA at that point, or VRKA, whatever. But as you can see, here are the two sides of the forearm, right? They're bisected. So literally right down the middle, there's a seam line. Fugly. Like, fugly. Yeah, like it's bad. So, the VRKA arms are just, nope, not gonna happen. But I think that the Jesta arms are really damn cool, right? Even regardless. Mind you, yes, I really would have preferred these arms. I love this kind of, back of the forearm armor here and the cuff and all that. Just the shapes and all that. I really like that. But just the size of it and the proportions and the geometry and things just wasn't meant to be. And sometimes that happens, and that's perfectly fine. You know what? You try something, it doesn't work out, you regroup and you go in a different direction. Plain and simple, right? So that's what we're doing at this point. Excuse me. Handren says, Hasakiari says, Tim, how about Jagan arms? You don't have the kit? Actually, I do have a Jagan. Could be interesting. Yeah. Could be interesting. See, my worry is the Jagan... How tall is the Jagan? Is the Jagan taller than the Jesta, or are they about the same size? I don't know. It might be something that we would need to consider. That's actually a good call. I never thought about that. Never thought about the Jagan. Although, the one thing I'm not too keen on the Jagan, which is a little diminished on this, but it's still kind of the same thing, is just this kind of open rolling joint right here. Excuse me. The Jesta has this forearm that comes up and protects the elbow, right? The Jagan doesn't have that. So it just looks like kind of like a floppy block on a cylinder. You know what I mean? Which I'm not insanely keen on, but we might be able to make it work. So I might have to slap that together at some point and give that a test. That's a good call. That's a pretty good call. Good job. Good job, Handren. Excuse me. Gary says, Tim, I got extra master grade new arm if you want. Could be interesting as well. Gary, I might take you up on that, buddy. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. God bless America. This crap in my throat. Brandon5269 says, use the Tamiya weathering kit D for the first time today, Tim. I like the oil slick color, but the burnt red and blue really helped on gun barrels for heat effect. Yeah. The oil stain color in that particular Tamiya set is awesome. Yeah. I put that on everything. Just everything. And it just gives it such a nice, subtle coloration, right? It gives it a more realistic hue, right? Because it looks like it's been through dirt and grime, and it's seen like real atmosphere. Or zero atmosphere, whatever, I don't know. It's just great. So I highly recommend the Tamiya weathering kit, the specifically the D set. It's just stupid good. Stupid good. Greg Blair says, shame you can't just round the upper arms. Yeah, the upper arms I didn't want rounded, though. I wanted them, angular, because obviously this is more of a remixed RX-78. So yeah, I wanted to kind of keep that angular stuff, because the roundy arms didn't come really into play until about UC 9396, somewhere in there. Yes, I know that just as a UC 96, unit, blah, 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 all that good stuff. But this is a remixed RX-78, so suspend disbelief. Anyway. Anywho. It also has a beam saber in it. Oh, I guess the Jagan arms. Interesting. Yeah, I might have to look at that. That could be... Hell, I could use that for parts. Interesting. Yeah. Heh. It could be, we could go rummaging for parts in the Justa box, or in the Jagan box. Hey. Let's see. Like Frank's Red Hot, put that shit on everything. There you go. Sorvon Zero, he's holding it down over there on Twitch. He says, I used a lot of that oil stain on my Gustav Karl. Dude, it's just so good. It's such a great color. It's like that, what is that? That Edelbrung or whatever? I don't know. Anyway, it's like that Starship Filth stuff. It's pretty good. Jean-Luc Ryu, he's over there on Facebook. Jagan is 19 meters compared to 19.3, I guess, for the Justice, so slight difference. 0.3 of a meter. It's not really a huge difference. So in terms of total proportionality, I wouldn't expect a huge difference. So we can play with it and see. It's worth a shot, right? Anywho, Flynn Berger, Mr. Craig Flynn, he's over there. Good day, mate. Good day, Army. What's going on, Craig? Good to see you, buddy. Anyway. All right. So let's jump into this, shall we? So that's the decision we've made on the arms. We're not going to really work on those too much here tonight. What I want to work on here is kind of finishing up this knee, right? Now, last time we were together, we were kind of drawing out the knee parts and everything, but I actually slapped them on here. So let's get you zoomed in a little bit, and we'll get you caught up on where we are with this knee. Excuse me. There we go. All right, so with that being said, where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, so we've got some pretty cool panel lines going on over here on the side. Now, one thing that you will see, obviously, is this line right here. This was a line that I put in first, right? So I had it going here, 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 and then one jutting down to here, and then ending at this corner here. I didn't like the look of it, right? So what I did was I filled that in with super glue, so that's filled in completely and nicely, and then popped this line right up here, so we've got a little more kind of obtuse angles. We don't have that crazy sharp corner piece in there. So this is all going to be, one kind of panel here, right? So imagine if this line, imagine that's not there. Right, nice little notch there. We've got some perimeter scribe around the front of the knee, and then it goes all the way around to the side here. We've got a nice little floating notch right there, and then on the top here, it's probably a little bit hard to see because of the white, and it's so not contrasty. But we've got a raised panel here. This is about 0.75 millimeters, mitered here or chamfered here at the bottom, left square at the top, 4 millimeter cut in here. This is a 0.5 millimeter thick strip here, so this is 1/4 millimeter below this, and then we've got a half round 1 millimeter, so this is raised up just about 1/4 millimeter off of this plate, and then we scribed 2 lines in it for that kind of signature light look that I like so badly. And then we've got the same panel line treatment on this side to match. So and then we've got and it's hard to see it's a little muddled down here, but you've got a nice little kind of panel line scribed in here. It's just kind of like just like that, right? So what you're left with is this upper panel here that can be removed. You've got these little side panels, but then you've got this large panel that goes down here and then all the way up around here around this front part of the knee, and then this front part of the knee can be removed as well. So that's what the knee armor looks like. Now, the reason why we're working on this here tonight is because this floating notch here and this floating notch here, if you look at them super duper close, which there it is, they are completely off. And you can see that right there and right there. Right? They're completely off kilter. 100% non-symmetrical. Not asymmetrical, non-symmetrical. So we got to come up with a solution to help us make those symmetrical. So that's one of the first things that we're going to have. One of the first things that we're going to tackle tonight. Hey, there we go. English. Brendan5269, he has a question. He says, when filling in lines like that with super glue, do you just let it run out into the other scribed lines, then carve it out again? No. Good question. Very, very good question, Brandon. No, what I do, excuse me, is I actually do something a little like this, right? I've got my tweezers, and then I've just got a scrap little piece of plastic, right? And you can see the little shiny bits at the end. That's super glue, right? So I use this kind of as a little brush, so to speak, right? So I just dump out a little drop of super glue just on a scrap piece of plastic here, and then I dip this into the super glue, and then just deposit that little bit of super glue right on that seam line. And I try not to go into the other lines, right? Now, granted, once you get there, it'll probably run into that line a little bit, so you're going to have to probably clean that out just a hair. But if you're super, super careful and you can get that just right into that line, chances are you'll be perfectly fine. It'll be nice and clean, and you won't have to worry about rescribing. So that's kind of what I do. It seems to work well. And then I hit it with a little bit of Instaset from our boy Bob Smith. Works wonders. Man, oh man, this is gonna be a tough 2 hours, you guys. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yes, sir. Anyway, let's get out of Super Zoom so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's bring the panels back here, and let's see. Boop. There we go. All right, good deal. Shoosh. Yeah. Anyway, hi, Craig. Craig's over there. Hi, Craig. Let's see. Sorvan says, jig time. I think you're right, buddy. I think you're right. And man, this one is going to be interesting. This particular jig that we've got to create because this is it's going to need to be like a almost like a compound type of angle here, right? Because I tried making this work, but it just doesn't really work at all, honestly, because there's too many surfaces involved, right? And it's just, yeah, it's kaput, as they say. Totally kaput. So, we're going to have to make a new one here. Now, best way to do it, at least that I can surmise at this point, is to take it off of, get it locked in from this particular angle here, right? Just like that. Right? Now, what we're going to have to do is use this surface here as kind of like a trim guide, right? Hey now. Before we go jumping into that, let's start to knock off a little bit. Just with our knife. All right. So the reason why I'm doing that is so that we can get this piece beveled to the same angle as this surface area here, right? Excuse me. So that's what we're essentially attempting to do. Now, the tough part is holding this thing in place and really getting everything kind of perfect, you know? That's kind of the tough part right now. So we kind of hold this as best we can with our finger out of the way as much as possible. And we just kind of very carefully trim that plastic back until it's one smooth surface there. And that looks pretty good, right? That looks pretty good. Now, this is beveled flat to this surface. So we can glue an edge onto here, and we can make this thing sit on both sides because the angle to both is essentially the same. Yeah, the angle is the same. So, with that being said, let's get a little old piece of plastic on here. And let's see, where's some scrap? Here's some scrap. Good. This will work. We're just going to glue this on here like that. And that will be the angle that we need the jig at, right? Alright, let's see. Let's get some glue on here. This bottle's getting low. There we go. Boom, just like that. And then pop this guy right on there. And hopefully that glues at the proper angle. Yep, good. And for safe measures, let's get the glue squeeze out of there. So that right in there is nice and clean. So now we're just going to pop a little bit of Insta-Set on there. We're going to give that a few seconds to let that set up, right? Excuse me. Travis Chaos says a couple shots of whiskey will clear that right up. Don't tempt me. Let's see. Ty Furious says, sounds like you need Halls or Ricola. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if that would go really well on stream, though. Me sucking on, a Halls or a Ricola. I'm sorry. I can't not do that commercial impersonation. Ricola. I can't do it. I can't. I can't not do it. Sorry. Anyway. Hope you guys like that. Edwin Arce's over there. What's going on? Let's see. Kennesim Plastic plus Epoxy. Yeah. Arcel Dubouzet? God, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. But they say, love your decals. Been using them on my builds. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Very cool. Terry T, I saw an article in an old Gundam Hobby Life mag about a variable angle sanding jig that someone made. I'll scan it and put it on Mecha Army Facebook. Sweet. Love that. Hasaki Handren says, Tim, where did you get that container for the Insta set? Hobby Lobby? Nah, dude. I got this on, of course, good old Amazon. Yeah. Check the link. It's in there. You can get like 3 for like $8-9, something like that. So, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuffs. Oh, and Handren, I put that little vacuum in there that you showed too. That was cool as hell. I might have to get me one. Like that was, cause like, it's over there. I have like a little handheld vacuum, and it's kind of like that. It charges on USB and everything, but it's kind of garbage, honestly. So when I saw yours, and it was kind of like a pistol grip deal, and with the little brush nozzle, I was like, yo, that's awesome. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, Handren posted this cool thing on his Facebook page, Hasaki Art, but he also posted it in the Mecha Army, Facebook group, and it's this little handheld vacuum that he vacuums his cutting mat with and everything, and just cleans up all that dust and gunk and all that. So, pretty damn cool stuff. I might have to get me one. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. All right, so let's see how we did, right? And oh, look at that. That's pretty clean. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That's nice and tight right there. That's nice and tight. Okay, so now, big question. Yep, that equally nice. Yeah. The crowd goes crazy. Woo! Anyway. All right. So, a few things we have to do. Shit. Almost lost the damn thing. The few things that we have to do before we utilize this, because we need to use this on opposite sides. So we need to have a 45-degree angle on both of these sides, right? Or a variable angle, which I don't know. What I might just do is refill both of these notches and then go off of this angle here. See, I like, and I know it's probably hard to see on camera, but these angle kind of like this, in this direction, right? So I don't necessarily want them straight back like this. You know what I mean? So I want them like that. Now, the big question is, what's the angle? Well, to get that, we use our handy dandy little protractor, little metal protractor. The General. This is good too for cutting as well, because these, you can set a pretty thick piece of plastic under this, set that at whatever angle you want, lock that into place, and then you got a nice metal arm here to cut on and everything. So that's a really, really nice thing to have if you want to make sure your angles are appropriate. Right. So now let's dial this back over to the other side. We're gonna start at about 45 degrees, right? MacDio, what's the angle of the dangle? Man, hey now. So that looks like it is a bit larger than 45. So we're gonna go up to 55. We'll see if we're still under or over. Ooh, look at that. That is dead on. 55 degrees. 55 degrees is what we're looking at. Now, I could try my best to cut a 55 degree angle in this super teeny tiny little this guy right here. I could try to cut a 55 degree angle in here. Chances are that probably won't go so well. I'm just saying. Chances are it won't go so well. But what I can do is try to approximate and see what we can get. Okay? So what we're going to do first is we are going to trim this unneeded plastic off of here so we have a nice flat edge right here, right? Excuse me. So now we can lay this thing nice and flat, right? Step one. Excuse me. Anyway. Eddie Johnson says, Tim got all the cool tools. Hey, man. Like, that's what 20 years of collecting tools gets, you know? You get all the crazy shit. Anyway. Hey, Brian's over there. Commonly known as a bevel gauge. Dude, this has so many names. But yes, I check bevels with this thing all the freaking time. But technically, it's a metal protractor. So, one of those names. Call it whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Call it a doohickey. I don't. Whatever. Anyway, let's see. Eddie Johnson says, Tim, what number blade is that in your silver hobby knife? That is a great question. So this hobby knife is by a company called NT Cutter, right? You can get this on Amazon. Have it in the link, don't worry. But you can see how much smaller in size it is than, say, the Olfa hobby knife, or even a good old X-Acto, right? And this is just a number 11 blade, right? Excuse me. Now, the Olfa blade here, these are just your standard hobby art blades from Olfa, Tamiya, etc. The NT Cutter, mind you, is a kind of a, I guess, I don't know if it's a proprietary blade or what, but they come in these little packs like this, right? And you can get these on Amazon. And they come in, these are 40 packs. You get 40 blades in here, right? And these are like $4 or $5 on Amazon. It's like stupid cheap. But then you also get it in a more recognizable 30-degree angle as well. And these are about the same price, like $4 or $5. You get 40 blades in here, and it's about a 30-degree angle. Almost what the X-Acto number 11 is. Excuse me. But that's what these two blades are. BDA 200P, I guess, is the model number of this blade. This is my particular blade and hobby knife of choice. Exebetex. I know I butchered that, but hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the army. You get one of these. Boom. So these are great. NT Cutter. I could not recommend them enough. Like I said, it is my blade of choice at this point. It's just kind of a nice, it's a nice little, kind of dainty little knife. And I honestly didn't like it in the beginning when I first started it, because I was so used to, the Olfa, kind of big, robust knife. But after using this for a while and seeing the quality of the blades, the sharpness, the dexterity that I was able to gain from the size of the handle and everything, I am I am 100% sold on the NT cutter, hobby knife and blades and everything. So that's what that is. So great question, man. Great question. Donnie's over there on Facebook. He says NT cutter the best in my opinion. Yeah, dude, I right there with you, bro. Right there with you. Brandon5269 says, love the NT cutter. My last pack of blades, though, were very, very brittle. Really? Interesting. That's weird. I've never experienced that. Excuse me. He says, I'm trying to find the NT dresser paper. It's an ultra thin, sticky back metal file sheet, but can't find them in the States. Yeah. More's the pity, right? Anyway, NT blade, not to be confused with NTR. You lost me there, buddy. I'm sorry. You lost me. Brian Brobuilder says, I'm a monster. I use number 11 X-Acto exclusively. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind. I don't mind number 11s. They definitely have their uses, especially when it comes to, say, like masking, right? Cutting masking tape and everything. Man, I'll grab an X-Acto blade out of there before I grab one of the NT cutters or the Olfas. Mainly because I have a huge pack of 100 blue X-Acto blades over here, but they're just super sharp right out of the gate, and they are just perfect for cutting a clean masking tape, right? So, yeah. Zaku Aurelia says, what's up, Zach? He says, pretty sure Tamiya makes the same knife. Actually, it is definitely the same knife, but it's the same thing like Olfa's knife. Tamiya just rebrands it. So, yeah, it's by NT Cutter. But yeah, Tamiya takes it, rebrands it, makes it their own, blah, blah, blah. Just like with the Olfa hobby art knife. You know what I mean? So, it's one of Tamiya's things. They love rebranding shit to theirs, even though it's not, right? Hey, how'd you like that shot? Look, hey, that was pretty good, right? I didn't even set that up either. But Charles Dodge says, I'm a scalpel guy. He likes living on the edge. I respect that. Zach says, obviously going to be more expensive, though, but same idea, small blades. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's see. BTE. Let's just go with that over there on Twitch. Sorry. By the way, any tips on denubbing rounded parts like thrusters? I sometimes cut into the piece and have to sand it down, which leaves me with small, flattish surfaces. Great question. You know what? Here. BT. Boom. We got a question. Yes, sir. Funny enough, I had to do the same type of thing with these round parts, right? Because I put a piece of styrene I glued a piece of styrene to raise the height of these little round pieces to go into the knee joints here, right? To make brand new gears and everything in there. So what I had to do is actually trim this plastic back, and it's the same principle as trimming nubs on a curved piece. So what I did was took the knife and just slowly nibbled away at that plastic, right? Getting it down almost to the surface. Almost, but not quite. Then take a little bit of a kind of a coarse sandpaper, maybe 600, something like that, and just kind of start sanding gradually all the way around, and then take a nice smooth, like 800 to 1000, and then just finish up sanding all the way around, and you get this beautifully smooth surface. Yeah. So that's basically what I do. So get you some. Good stuff. Good question, though. Good question. Excuse me. Bro Builder says, cut it long, file it back. Take your time. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it, right? Right? Zachy says, Tim, just nick Elizabeth Warren's thing and make shirts with, I've got a tool for that. Hey. um, Bro Builder, smooth is fast. Okay. Soft type standing sticks for curved edges. Yeah, or standing sponges, whatever floats your boat. I'm more into just sanding paper. That's all I've ever done, really. Chris Pabs, Infini sanding sponge sticks for curved edges. Hey, there we go. Rock and roll. Brandon5269 says, it's literally almost paper thin, adhesive backed file, basically metal sandpaper. What? But I want it to mount them on a piece of glass and have a poor man's Minishima file. Ooh. That could be interesting. Hey, if you find that, Brandon, let me know. Let me know how that goes. Yeah. Zach says, almost done prepping the FAS parts for the live build tomorrow. Exhausted. Hardest working man in Gunpla. I'm going to tell you that right now. Good on you, Zach. Chris Pab says, stop working hard, Zach. You're making us look bad, right? One of those things, right? Anyway, let's go back to our little jig here because we should be good to go. Yep, and let's get this sanded down nice and flat just to be on the safe side here. All right, so now, excuse me, this surface here is completely nice and smooth, right? Nice and smooth. Sometimes I rhyme quick, sometimes I rhyme slow. Or it might be the other way around. I don't know. If you guys are familiar with old school hip hop, that might appeal to you. If not, sorry about your luck. Anyway, so what we got to do here is we've got to cut this at basically like a 45-degree angle, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to take another strip of plastic and we are going to base that off of the inside edge. That's where we want square to be, right? So we're using this as a guide. So we're going to take our nippers, trim that back, and now we have a completely even and square guide here, right? Excuse me. So now what we've got to do is we've got to figure out the width of this thing. And this is roughly, and let's get the calipers in on this. Tell us exactly. 6. We'll call that 6.4, 6.37. So we need 3.2, right? And now it just so happens that we have a 3.2 millimeter scribing jig here somewhere. 1.5, that's a 1. There's 4, 3.2. Here we go. All right, so cool. So now what we can do is we can take that 3.2 millimeter scribing jig, match that up to this line here, and then we can pull a center line right down the middle there. And then, yep, that's perfectly centered up. Now, what we'll do is take our nippers here, and from that center point, cut up to the corner of that piece. Now, if we bisected everything appropriately, this angle should pretty much be the same on both sides. So, just for shits and giggles, we are going to draw a line right there based off of that scribe line, and then we'll turn this thing around and we'll do the same thing over here. And now we can see we can see if this matches. Let's get super zoomed in, shall we? Let's raise that up just a bit right there, and then let's go 5x, and let's see if this thing is kind of the angles look good, don't they? The angles look really, really nice and tight. The spacing, you know, up and down obviously could use some work, but the angles themselves look pretty much dead on. I like it. I like it. Yeah, the angles are pretty much matching. Now, obviously, we've got, like I said, we've got to get our vertical alignment down, right? Because I think this one here is maybe slightly lower than this one, right? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. But anyway, so that's what we're looking at. And that looks pretty damn good. Not going to lie. So, our angles definitely match with this little jig that we made, right? Sometimes you just gotta make something to help you out. One of those things, right? So, anyway. Oh, warm in here. Ah. Anyway. Here we go. Let's get caught up with the chat, shall we? Let's see. Greg Blair says, Zach, I'm missing my Tuesday bingo to watch the stream so I can try and win that thick boy Faz, right? Nice. Ultraman Giant said, just joined the Mecha Army Facebook club. LOL, I'm never on Facebook. That's why it took so long. Dude, it's fine, man. Don't worry about it. Zach says, haha, good luck to y'all. I got to plan out the questions later today. Fuda always says, Tim won that Faz. Nah. I think it looks amazing. I think the Faz looks amazing. It's just not my thing. So, nah. Space Ride 53 says, hard pass on the MG Faz just because of space. Otherwise, I'd get one. Sometimes, right? Aaron, a.k.a. Hans, that Faz looks pretty awesome. Yeah, I think it does look pretty awesome. It's somebody posted a pictorial comparison of the original Faz, Sentinel Faz, right, to the Verka, right? And wow, like, I'm pretty surprised by the differences of proportion. Like the Verka Faz is actually a lot taller, right? Than the old squatty kind of fat boy Faz back in the day. Kind of surprising, right? But man, I'm gonna tell you what, the reproportion of the Verka, it's pretty sexy. Not gonna lie, pretty damn sexy. Henry Hasaki Art says they are matching. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I think they match for the most part, right? I think so. I think they're a hell of a lot closer than what's there are already. Let's put it that way. So happy about that. Aaron, aka Han, says first shot of Mecha stream. Glad to be here. I'm setting up for my first custom paint as we speak. Nice. You're in the right place, dude. And if you haven't, join the Mecha Army Facebook group because we just kind of continue on everything. inside there from the stream. So a lot of good folks in there. So really cool. Welcome. Superset 5's over there on Twitch. He says, currently working on a kit bash making my own G3 using both the 3.0 and GM Dominance as the base. I can't decide if I want to use the 3.0 front skirt or the Dominance front skirt armor. I'm thinking, if I may suggest, Superset, use the Dominance front armor, but then pop one of the little yellow dealies from the 3.0 on that front skirt, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. One of these guys. Come here, you. Let's see. One of these guys right here. Hey, pop one of these on that Dominance front skirt. You got a remixed RX-78 Dominance front skirt, man. Just an idea, but it sounds cool. Sand the Shrine Fox. Hey, I use Citadel mold line remover tool for denubbing thrusters. Doesn't leave a flat surface for me. Definitely another way. Just kind of scraping it off. Yeah, that's a good call. Let's see. UCA Fudabe always says UCA glue to get rid of a cough, and a lot more, right? Shit. BT over there on Twitch says, gonna check that out because I have no clue what it is. It's basically a metal scraper for mold lines and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Aaron, aka Hans, that's how I got here from the Mecha Army. That's awesome. Very, very cool, man. Very, very cool. Well, like I said, you're in the right place. So, with that being said, let's let's fill in these little notches that I put in there, right? Let's get out a super zoom first. How about that? So you guys can actually see what it is that we're doing here. Let's go boom and get... Oh, what happened there? All right, anyway. Let's get all the panels pulled back up here. All right, very good. Just checking in over there on Twitch. See if anybody's twitching. Or Twitter. See if anybody's twittering. Hey, whatever. It's gonna take time to build that because that is like the least amount of people that follow me out of all the social media platforms. But hey, man, I like to give people the choice. Yeah, seems cool to me. Anyway, let's get the Optivisor back on. Let's get where'd that scrap piece of plastic go here? We need that, and then we just need kind of a little scrap piece of plastic just from the desk, and then I think we're pretty much good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop a drop of super glue on here, just like that, and then we're gonna use this kind of as a little brush, right? So we're gonna load this up with a little bit of super glue, and then we're just gonna get in here and fill in that little notch that we don't like anymore. Try to get all the little bubbles, little air bubbles out of there, because if you don't, once you go to sand that down, it's just going to cause problems, and it's just going to be kind of a little crater and everything. So one of those deals. All right, so now that we've got that filled, we're going to just pop a little drop of Instaset on both. We're going to leave that set for just a few seconds, and then we're going to trim off the high points of that super glue, sand it down flush. You will never, ever know that those two notches were there, ever. Yeah, and it's funny because Handren, Hasaki Art over there on Facebook or on YouTube, he posted on Instagram and Facebook about the the dreaded ghost seam coming from using putty, right? And if you guys haven't seen me kind of spout poetic on filler putty and all that good stuff, and I don't even know if I have filler putty in here anymore. I may have thrown I think I threw all that stuff away. Yeah, I think I did. Anyway, filler putty is okay if you're not using like a solvent-based paint. Like if you're using like a water-based paint, excuse me, or even in like an alcohol-based paint like Tamiya, that should be okay. But if you're using a solvent-based primer and paint, such as, say, Mr. Color, Gaia Notes, finishers, SMS, splash paints, all of those are solvent-based paints. When you lay those down, what's going to happen is it's going to reactivate that filler putty, and it's going to cause it to sink in, right? It's going to reactivate it, and it's going to cause it to sink. And Handren actually posted a really, really good shot, like an example shot of that. And then he posted a picture of how he fixed it with super glue and how that seam line has completely disappeared, because he used CA glue instead of filler putty. So if you haven't checked out Hasaki Art on either Instagram or Facebook, I highly, highly recommend it. Handren's really, really good at doing like little miniature tutorials and stuff like that. So go check him out. It's really, really good stuff. Let's pull it up here on the phone. Let's show you real quick because I think it's worth it. Let's see. Boom. Hasaki Art. There we go. All right. Ka-ching. Here we go. We're gonna give you a plug here, Handren. Let's go super zoomy, so you guys can see Handren's IG page here, yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll pull back. Oh, look at that! Now we got it. Look at this. Hasaki Art. Only $2.39. What's up with that? Y'all need to follow this dude, man. Come on now. All right, so what we're talking about here is, I think it's this one. Yeah, look at that. That's the combo. And he just used Loctite and Instaset from our boy Bob Smith, right? So that's all he used. But, see, look at that. That right there in the red circle, that is the dreaded ghost seam coming back to haunt you. Yeah. That is the dreaded ghost seam. But he sanded that down to the plastic, filled it with Loctite super glue, and boom. Look at how clean that is. Look at how nice and smooth it is, too. Look at that. Look how smooth that is. Look at that. It's even more smooth with the super glue on there and everything, and just nice and sanding and everything. Kick ass, dude. Look at that. Look at the difference, you guys. Look at the difference. That's crazy, right? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So the super glue and all that, man. Go follow Handren. $2.39, right? Let's see what you got now. Oh, $2.40. There's at least one more. So there you are. So yeah, that is the absolute perfect illustration of what I've been talking about here, you guys. Super glue is a filler. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I'm telling you. So, Handren, great stuff, man. Thank you for illustrating kind of my point that I've been trying to make here for years. So, good shit. Good shit. All right. So, let's see if our filled in notches now have completely cured, which they probably should have at this point. And yeah, that's all dried and everything. It's a little the Instaset is a little greasy. if it's not completely dried. So what I like to do is I just kind of like take my t-shirt, inside of my t-shirt, and just kind of wipe off any excess. And that gets that greasy residue off of the surface. And it's not a terrible thing. It's just one of those things I notice if it's not completely dry. You know, you can just kind of dry it like that or whatever. So, anywho. All right, so we've got our... Whoop, there we go. We've got our kind of... let's bring that back just a bit there. There we go. We've got our filled in notches here, right? And you can kind of see the mound of super glue there, you know, the kind of the glossy spots right there. We're just going to take our hobby knife and just kind of run that down and trim that back a little bit. But first, let's see what we got here. Aaron, aka Hans, he's got a question. Let's get him one of these. Yeah. He says, Tim or anyone else, do you ever see a use in using Tamiya Extra Thin and runner scrap to fill in with the same color? I mean, if you're not planning on painting, that might be the only kind of reason that I would maybe do that. But if you're painting, it doesn't make much sense to go through all that hassle. Yeah. And yeah, Handren says, yeah, it's called sprue goo. Yeah. Terrible name, but yeah. The other downside to that method, the sprue goo method, is that it takes an incredibly long time for that stuff to cure. Like days for it to harden up. So it's not really the most efficient way to do it either. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve, and it depends on if you plan on painting the piece or not. If you're not planning on painting, then by all means, I would say that's probably a legitimate kind of, you know, type of thing to do. Excuse me. But if you are going to paint, it doesn't make much sense. It's just, yeah, doesn't make much sense. Terry T says, I tried the melted plastic method once and I can't get the filling to look clean. Yeah, because it takes forever for that stuff to cure. Forever. Aaron, a.k.a. Hans, says, thanks, everyone. I appreciate it, seeing as I am a Philly noob. Nah, bro. Nah. See, that's not how we treat the new recruits around here, man. Don't worry. There's never a bad question. There's never a bad question. The only bad question is the one that you don't ask. For real. So, good stuff. Good question, too. All right. So, anyway, let's get back to it. Let's trim this this super glue down. Let's make sure I'm on camera here. And, you know, like in previous episodes, we're just going to use this surface as our guide. And we're just going to try and take off the high points of this super glue here. And we're just kind of running this over the surface, and we're not really taking off much or any plastic whatsoever. We're just getting that super glue leveled to the same level as the surface there. So that looks really good. We're going to take some fine sandpaper and just kind of sand that down a little bit there. And we take a look at it. Ooh, yeah. Do the fingernail test. That's skimming right over that real nice. So, good stuff there. All right. Do the same thing with the other side. Use this surface as your guide. And we're just going to slice the top off. Just like that. And then all that's left is the super glue actually in the notch, right? And it's going to fill that in perfectly. Whoop. Yeah, there we go. There we are. Yeah, perfect. All right, let's get you zoomed in here for that, yeah? All right, so obviously it's going to be hard to see how smooth this stuff really is. But you can kind of see how there's no longer kind of any shadow depth to that. That is completely filled in. That surface is 100% smooth. And like I said, you know, you can do the fingernail test over it all day long, and you're not going to, your fingernail's not going to catch in there because it's completely 100% smooth. That's how you do it. Yes. Anyway, excuse me. Machine Linguist is over there on Twitch. He says, "Evening, sir. How are you? Good to see you." Zach is going to lunch. Oh, gotta go. Lunch, then back to work. Zach, thank you for stopping by, buddy. See everyone for the Faz build stream tomorrow. Yeah, don't miss that. Don't miss it, because you can win a big boy. Fatty boy. Ooh, yeah. Machine Linguist says, what are we working on right now, guys? So we are working, this is the knee, customized knee to the Jesta that I am working on converting to a remixed RX-78. Yeah. Gunplay in Miami, Chris, he's over there on Twitch as well. He says, what is up, Army? What's going on, dude? So that's the plan. We are turning a Jesta into an RX-78. Pretty damn cool. Yes. So a slight change of direction for GBWC 2020. Instead of the Zaku facing off against a customized Gelgoog, the Zaku will now become Char's remixed Zaku, and he will now be fighting Amuro's remixed RX-78, or version Child of Mecha. I don't really like the sound of that. I like the remixed version much, much better. But anyway, that's what we're scheming on right now. That's what we're doing. Yeah? So, come along for the ride. Anthony, he's over there on YouTube. He says, looking good. I see another trophy in the case. LOL. Man. Fingers crossed, dude. Fingers crossed, man. Handren says, Hasaki Art, he says, you plan to go with the original RX-78-2 paint scheme or the G3? I am going very, very traditional. I am going straight old school RX-78-2. Amuro's first unit, yeah. Sharzaku is going to be shades of red. This is going to be, you know, the White Devil, you know, traditional. They're going to be kicking each other's ass, so to speak. So yeah, this is going to be updated, remixed, old school meets new school, 40th anniversary of Gunpla. Yeah, that's what we're doing here, you guys. Should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. Spider2K2, James 2.0. What's going on, James? Good to see you. He says, Tim, you should still do the Gelgoog for another project. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Don't forget. Don't get it twisted. We're 100% going to bring the Gelgoog back from the box that it lives in currently. And we're going to make a badass customized Gelgoog out of that. There is no question. No question. Hell, you know what would be a cool idea is to make it fight the GM Spartan. What? Come on now. A resurrected GM Spartan and a resurrected custom Gelgoog project? Oh my god, that would be amazing. We could have... Oh! Okay. Okay, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. But, what the... My Stream Deck just took a shit on it. And there it goes again. Nah. Anyway. Okay, so hear me out, guys. Just boom, question or idea right in my head. So, think about this. Custom Gelgoog, big boy custom Gelgoog, like we were working on, right? With the Sazabi legs and all that good stuff, with the Dormarsh sword and the whole nine, right? Standing, getting ready to slice into, the Spartan, and the Spartan is coming just like, oh my god, just like in the movie 300, right? Just like the Spartan coming off the rock, like, like this, right? Oh my god, that would be amazing. Oh, yo. Oh, you guys. Oh, and I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking this. Have it set in like the desert of, like in the desert, like in Africa, right? And like the GM Spartan, y'all see the GM Spartan look like, painted up to look like Master Chief, right? Everybody's done that. I don't want to do that. That's crap. I don't do shit everybody else does. I'm thinking this. And this, we're going to have to put this on the back burner. Trust me. Put it on the back burner. Desert color scheme, right? But with kind of African tribal decorations, maybe like a triangular band around like one of the biceps and stuff like that, kind of cool, tribal decorations and stuff like that in that kind of vein, something like you would see in a unit based in Africa, right? As a homage to the native people. Oh, what? Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm in it. Oh, the creative juices are flowing. Yes, sir. But one thing at a time. I have so many ideas, you guys. It's just stupid. It's just stupid that I can't build faster. God. One of those things. What are you going to do? So there's that. So we got to build that now, right? And then we got to do the hummingbird, right? The little bear guy hummingbird concoction, the hummingbird. We got to do that. Damn it. Why do I get these ideas? Shit. It's just so good. I can't not do that now. Like I can see him coming off of like a rock face, like a cliff, jumping down onto the Gelgoog, right? Dusty and kind of reddish, rusty cliffs, right? Yo, that would be amazing. Damn it. If I wasn't knee deep in this project right now, oh boy, forget about it. But the Zaku's already done. This is moving along at a good pace. I need to do this shit full time. I gotta find a way. We gotta make this happen. Stream all the fucking time. That would be amazing, right? Oh, so many ideas. Anyway, I digress. That's for another date. Anyway, Luis Ultraman Dinah says you need to be cloned, Tim. Dude, right? I need minions. That's what I need. I need minions. Little yellow freaks going. Oh my. Hasaki Art says, damn it, you giving me ideas as well. Dude, that's what we do here. That's Mecha Army. Yeah! That's what we do. Sorvon says, the good news is this is using 2 kits you plan to build anyways. Right? Right? Sorvon's got it, man. Sorvon's got it. Man, oh man. Sometimes, you guys, sometimes ideas and inspiration hits when you least expect them. I didn't expect to come up with those ideas on tonight's show. Nah, I didn't. Not in a million years. I haven't even thought about the GM Spartan for like months. Months. But yet here we are. And I'm thinking like full-blown battle Dio between the GM Spartan and the customized Gelgoog. Ain't that some stuff? Oh, man. Good times. Good times. Brandon5069 says, light for your sign went out. No, actually, I didn't turn it on because actually you can see it better with the light off. Go figure. Oh, and buy Mecha Decals. Ultraman Dyna says, Tim, how much of the GM Spartan have you completed? Not even half. Yeah, not even half. And I'm not even a quarter on the Gelgoog either, so that'll be the next one. That'll be the next one. I can't complete it right now. That'll be later down the line, right? Yeah. Machine Linguist over there on Twitch says, you're inspiring me to pick up a new skill. Always wanted to try adding plot plate details. Dude, you are in the right place. Because that's all I did on the Jesta for airdrop. We just added simple details. Go back and watch those streams, man. Or if you don't necessarily have the time to run through 100 hours of content, which I don't blame you if you don't, there are the classes that me and Justin did for like simple details and stuff. You can pick up a few little tidbits of inspiration from those. Yeah. And Micah is over there on YouTube. After all that idea, you feeling shit? Why the hell didn't I think about it earlier? Yeah, right? Exactly. Like, why didn't I think about this? Oh well. I think I got an amazing idea in this project, but it's always like, yeah, I mean, you guys know how it is. You know, you think of this brand new freaking idea and you're like, oh, I want to do that now. And then just veer off direction and then you never finish anything. I can't do that. I have to finish what I'm working on. If as long as I'm in it, right? You have to be invested in it. Like the GM Spartan at the time, I wasn't really invested in it. It was just kind of one of those things that I was doing, right? Same thing back in the day when I was working on the Barbatos. I was just doing it. It didn't really have a meaning or a purpose even. I was just doing it, right? Yeah, it was never turn out great. If you have a purpose, if you have a direction or a goal for your project, you're more invested in it, right? So like, say like Luis, Ultraman Dyna, and Chris R, Arizona Gunpla Builder. You know, they are doing this cool Dom build-off, right? So go follow both of them because they're building Doms, and they've been building these things for like, what, the past year, you guys, or so? Almost? And they're doing a really great job. They're like learning new shit every day, and I love it. Excuse me. And that's the type of thing we do around here. It's the type of thing we do. Henry says, don't lose focus of the current project, man. Everything at its time. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. No, I am locked in on this. But, yeah, it's just getting struck by the inspirational lightning sometimes is you can't help but not get it out. You know what I mean? One of those things. But no, we're locked and loaded on this. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, on Micah's curiosity all over me. Those GN arms behind, rare. These two big boys right here, yeah, dude. I picked those up. I couldn't. They went on sale on Amazon here in the States for like $45 a piece, and I was just like, yeah, no, I can't miss that. So I picked up two of them, and they are awesome for kit bashing. Oh, huge, like huge panels, right? And super cool little greeblies and parts and sub-assemblies and all that stuff. Super cool. Excuse me. Brandon5269 says, I feel you on the just doing it thing. Until I had an idea for this virtue, I was just doing it to do something, right? To stay out of a builder's block. But not, I got a kick-ass idea on it, and it's back on. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. You know, you gotta be invested, you know, I think, in a project. Especially if you build either competitively, or you're trying to increase your skill sets, right? I think you need some sort of investment, personal investment in the project. No matter what that is, you know, it's different to everybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be built for a competition. It could be built for just the fun of it, or maybe a friendly build-off or something like that, right? Anything that gives you that personal investment, right? That I think is one of the keys to really, really being in this hobby, right? It's just one of those things that each one of us has to find. So, Chris R says, recently learned to plot plate on the knees. There you go. Sweet. William Williams says, talking about kit bash fodder, I want the narrative A packs for all those thrusters and option parts. Those are pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. Those are pretty damn cool. Anywho. Excuse me. All right, so let's real quick use our little... Oh, let's go camera 2. Is it working? Camera 2? Hey, there it is. It works. All right, so let's use our little triangular piece here. And we... Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. We... excuse me. Are going to line this up ever so carefully now. And let's line that up with the corner of that little panel line there, right? We need to get this on camera here. And I'm going to draw that line in here just like that. And now we're going to very, very carefully transfer this over to the other side because it is multi-use, multi-side. And we're now going to draw that line in here as well. And then let's see if the height on those is lined up. That, my friends, looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Let's try to get that centered in the frame here. It's hard because this camera's at an angle, so it does leave a little bit of an angle. But I think that looks good vertically. What do you guys think? Let me see here. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it. I think I'm pretty happy with those lines and how they came out. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, Handren says motivation can do wonders. Hell yeah. Trav City, Travis, what's up, dude? First live one I've been able to catch since you've been back. Sweet. Well, welcome, brother. We're about to wrap it up though, so rewind it and check it out. Spire2K2 James 2.0 says I still have to build the Apex. I own one day. Such a huge build, right? Brandon5269 says, anyone heard from Bailey recently? Never see him on anymore. Yeah, he's super busy with school and stuff, man. And then obviously he's he has a part in the Cutting Mat podcast, which I highly recommend, from Joel and the other guys. What is it? Mecha Genre. What's his name? Brandon? Brandon. Yeah, Brandon. Sorry, dude. If you're watching, I'm so sorry. And then, oh, God. I can't remember the other guy's name. Shit. I'm not gonna make a fool out of myself and try. No, it's not gonna happen. But anyway, go watch the Cutting Mat. Go listen. Jesus, go listen to the Cutting Mat. It's a great little podcast. I highly recommend it. Anyway, but he's definitely been busy with school, and he's been busy with that and helping. Hangar 18 hobbies down there in North Carolina. He's been helping out there as well. So he's been a busy boy. Excuse me. Let's see. Trav City says, hey, Hasaki, or Handren, love that IG post on the seam line filling. Thanks for the info. See, Handren? There you go, buddy. Huh. Vincent Lewis, what's up, Vince? He says, hey, what's good, guys? Man, not much, man. Not much. We just kind of getting ready to wrap this thing up here. We're just did a little bit of work on the knees and stuff like that, and did a little bit of talking tonight and stuff like that. So I think it was a happy little Monday stream, right? What do y'all think? I think it was been good, yeah. Excuse me. I got all this crap in my throat. Brandon5269 says, glad he's okay. Oh yeah, dude, he's good. He's good. Terry T, Mr. Gundam Yanthem. If y'all haven't followed Terry, oh my god, dude. Terry, really, you know what? Hold on. I gotta show you Terry's IG. We're doing some IG a few IG shout outs tonight. And I gotta show you Terry's. So, because he's doing some cool stuff, right? Let's see. There he is. Okay. This is cool, you guys. Okay, so that's what you need to follow right there. Gundam Yatham on Instagram, right? This is Terry T in the chat on the good old YouTube. Let's pull back out here so you can see the page, right? So, Terry does some awesome work, and look at this, what he's doing for, and and Terry, I guess you're working on this for Zach's Nanshan tank build, I'm guessing. But look at this, he's like making a scale drawing of it, and like, look at this, like sizing it up like crazy, right? Like full blueprints. What? Like, come on. Like, that is so badass. And then now, look at this. He's starting to scratch build that sumbitch. Look at this. Excuse me. With the epoxy putty? Oh, come on, man. Look how clean that is. Look at those bevels. Those bevels are clean, you. Clean. And look, he's got the little, look. He's got the splines in here to give him the angles and everything. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Look how pretty that is. Look at those bevels, man. But then look at this. Look at this, man. This is awesome. Using more epoxy putty, plating, structural rigidity, everything in here. I just love it. And then look at that. Boom. Come on now. Terry, you're killing it, dude. Look at this thing. Boom. Epoxy putty. Look at all that dust. Look at all that dust. That's what we're talking about here. You need one of those vacuums that Handren has. Telling you, man. Look at the finished, kind of rough finished product there. Come on. That's awesome, dude. So good. Yeah. Go follow Terry right now. 12:38. Look at that, too, within the past couple minutes. Boom. Gundam Yatham. Go follow Terry. Dude's awesome. Had the pleasure of meeting him at one of the classes down here at the what was it? The Hobby Works in Laurel, Maryland. And he brought down some of his projects. And dude is just super cool. So down to earth. I love that dude, man. I love Terry. He's awesome. So awesome. Go follow him. He travels the world with like the Blue Man Group and everything. And his stories are great. His Instagram stories are just super, super cool. So, yeah. Dude, go follow Terry. Right now. Do it. Look at that. We got 4 for you, Terry. Just in a few seconds. Boom. I love it. Mecha Army. That's what it's all about. Yes, sir. Excuse me. Brandon5269. New goal for me in 2020. Do something cool enough to get on Tim's stream. Dude. Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell you what. You've already done something cool enough, Brandon. You know what you did cool enough? That right there. Yeah. Look at her, man. How cute is that? How freaking cute is that? Come on. Now, I'm going to tell you what. If that's not cool enough, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. But there you go, Brandon. There you go. And here. Brandon5269. Just like the name suggests, he's working on, look at this. He's working on his Virtue, like he said. Doing all sorts of cool plating and strapping and all that stuff. Look at that. Hell yeah. That's what we're talking about. And then check this out. There's his Jesta, right? So, if you've not joined the Mecha Army Facebook group, I highly recommend that you do, because this is the reason why. It's because Brandon, when he finished this Jesta, I know he doesn't like these you know, the ammo feeds, right? The belts. So what he's doing is he's scratch building his own ammo belts. Like, as we speak. He's scratch building his own. Like, that's pretty damn cool. That's freaking awesome, right? Do you have a picture of it on here, Brandon? No, you don't. Oh, killing me, buddy. You're killing me. You need to have your pictures on here for but that's just so freaking cute. I don't care who you are. That's awesome. That's awesome. Anyway. So there you go, Brandon. Now I got to do something mecha related. Yeah, brother, you did. You did. He says, I have no fingerprints on my thumb and forefinger from sanding so much. Yeah, well, welcome to the club, dude. Welcome to the club. But good stuff there. Good stuff. All right, kids. He says, appreciate it, guys. Just made my whole year. Oh, man, come on. You still have SCGMC to get to. Trust me, this doesn't compare. Doesn't compare at all. So anywho, all right. So you guys, that'll do it for Monday's stream. Remember, we're not going to be here on Wednesday, unfortunately. I'm going to be out of town, and that's going to be this kind of how it is for the next probably 2 months or so. Wednesday's stream is probably going to be canceled more times than not. But continue to look at the social medias for updates and things like that. But at this point, it's probably not going to be Wednesday that we stream, right? So, just FYI. But any updates, obviously, I'll give you on either Monday or Friday's stream, and we'll keep you guys updated with scheduling and all that good stuff. So, I can't wait. Can't wait to get rid of this shit. Anyway, if you guys want one of these kick-ass Mecha Army hats where you can represent the Army, go hit up www.childofmecha.com, hit the store button up at the top. You will find shirts, hats, all sorts of other cool stuff in there. Go get you some. And then if you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we were working with here tonight, there is an Amazon link below here on Twitch and YouTube. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it doesn't increase the cost to you, and it goes to help out the stream, so it's a win-win situation all the way around, I guess, right? And if you are in need of model kits or paints or accessories or tools or anything like that, or Mecha Decals, go hit up my good friend Adam and his wonderful crew right down here at USA Gundam Store. They will definitely have what you need. So, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow to Zach's live stream. Go win you some big boy love, that master grade Faz and everything. Yeah, go get you one. All right. So, without any further ado, guys, I will be back here on Friday. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful week. Stay safe out there. Build something cool, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye, guys. Good